CBS 6 News at 11 starts with a breaking news alert.
Former President Donald Trump confirms in a social media post that he was shot this evening at a campaign rally in Pennsylvania. This is the CBS 6 News at 11. I'm John Burkett. One spectator is dead and two others were critically injured in the shooting. The Secret Service says the suspected shooter is also dead. Alex Miller with Scripps News shares the latest details on the shooting that's now being investigated as an assassination attempt.
Take a look at what happened.
A frightening incident at a Trump rally on Saturday in Butler, Pennsylvania. Donald Trump was speaking when suddenly shots rang out. The former president appeared to grab his right ear and duck below the podium. Some members of Secret Service jumped on top of him while others rushed to the stage from both sides. The footage shows members of the Secret Service trying to assess his injuries. As he stands up, Trump appears to have blood on his face, but gives a fist pump. He's then whisked off the stage and into a nearby SUV. A post on Trump's Truth Social account afterwards says, in part, "I was shot with a bullet that pierced the upper part of my right ear. I knew immediately that something was wrong in that I heard a whizzing sound, shots, and immediately felt the bullet ripping through the skin. Much bleeding took place, so I realized then what was happening." The Butler County District Attorney says the shooter was not attending the rally and that the shooter and at least one rally attendee are dead. The incident is being investigated as an assassination attempt of the former president, according to law enforcement officials. President Biden addressed the nation shortly after the incident, condemning the violence.
Look, there's no place in America for this kind of violence. It's sick. It's sick. It's one of the reasons why we have to unite this country. We cannot allow for this to be happening. We cannot be like this. We cannot condone this.
Reactions continue to pour in from Virginia lawmakers after former President Donald Trump was injured at his political rally in Pennsylvania. Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin posted on social media app X, quote, "Suzanne and I are praying for President Trump, praying for his family, and praying for America." Attorney General Jason Miyares also released a statement on X saying, "To be clear, any form of political violence is unacceptable and disgusting. Prayers for protection and healing for the president, any innocent bystanders, and for law enforcement to arrest all perpetrators associated with this monstrous attempt on Trump's life." Democratic Senator Mark Warner posted on X saying, "There is no place for political violence in a democracy. I'm monitoring this terrible situation and praying for all of those at the Pennsylvania rally." Former Governor and Ambassador Jim Gilmore met up with me tonight. Virginia's 68th governor reacting to the assassination attempt of 45th president and candidate Donald Trump.
This is a terrible thing to see an assassination attempt like this, and all of us who campaign or who live in public life accept the risk that something like this could happen. But this is different from my point of view. This is not just some guy or gal out there with a firearm that loses their heads. This is, it looks like a real assassination attempt. This is a person from a rooftop with a rifle. This looks a lot more like the Martin Luther King or the John F. Kennedy assassinations than it does something spontaneous.
And then after the former president is tackled by Secret Service comes what some say will be a historical photo of 45 pumping his fist, mouthing, "Keep fighting."
He wasn't really intimidated or frightened, even though he was bleeding from his right ear. He wasn't intimidated or frightening. He was still keeping his eye on the fact that he had to stand up there and stand for something and talk to his supporters out there in the field right then and there. And it shows, I think, a tremendous presence. And once again, the Secret Service are going to go out there and tackle him in order to try to protect him. But nonetheless, he was still communicating all the way to his armored vehicle.
A lot of questions swirling around how the shooter was on the outer perimeter but could get so close, and how the Secret Service handled the intense and chaotic moments. Former Secret Service agent for both Presidents George H.W. Bush and President Bill Clinton, Cheryl Tyler, gives us some insight.
How did Lee Harvey Oswald get into the bookstore and shoot? Okay, so you can start Monday morning quarterbacking now immediately, and that's what's going to happen.
We have some technical difficulties with that sound. We will continue to follow this developing story and update you as we learn more. For all of our coverage of the Butler, Pennsylvania Trump rally shooting, go to our website, WTVR.com. 2 double shootings in the city over the past 16 hours. South Richmond off Walmsley Boulevard last night and another off Brooklyn Park Boulevard this afternoon, both coming on the heels of promising gun violence statistics released Thursday.